Though I understand that this is meant to be a compromise of sorts, and that I'm not supposed to control every little detail of it, there are a few other things that we should discuss. A few things that I would like to have the most say in, if you'll allow it. Very well then. For starters, your chains will be removed during the day as you requested. However, at nighttime, when we're asleep, the chains go back on. Don't try to argue. There is a very clear reason for this. First of all, if you were unrestrained while I was asleep, if I, for whatever reason, wasn't paying attention to you, you could leave and you could either intentionally hurt yourself or do something incredibly reckless like you're known to do and hurt yourself accidentally. Number 2, you are extremely important now. You are, according to what I have told the people, my fiancé, and hopefully that will continue to be true. That being said, this puts you at a greater risk of being targeted for assassinations or kidnappings. The latter I can fix rather easily by keeping you chained up. The former, what do you think all the guards are for? Please, do you really think they're all here to protect me? I'm important, but not that important. But I demanded that there be better protection around the castle. That way you can be protected. Have I made myself clear? All right. There's no need to get snappy with me. My final request is that you and I continue to share a room and a bed. Don't argue. I have already given as much slack as I possibly can. Can't you see that? I have done everything else that you have requested. Your chains are to be removed during the daytime. You are free to wander the halls and the grounds, pretty much everywhere in the interior. And you will still receive anything you ask for, unless, of course, it can be used to hurt yourself or me. Yes, I do worry about that. I know that you love me. I really do. But fear and confusion and panic, they can make humans do all sorts of crazy, reckless things that they wouldn't do otherwise. So I am taking the extra precaution to make sure that you are safe. Do you understand that? Good. I'm glad we're on the same page so far. Now, back to our negotiations. We share a room and a bed. Sweetheart, why are you fighting so hard on this? Really, it's just a bed. Just sleeping arrangements. It's not like I'll be watching you sleep or anything. I'll just be lying beside you, holding you in my arms. Maybe resting my head on your chest so I can hear your heartbeat. Why does that bother you? Oh, really? It doesn't? Tell me, sweetheart, are you beginning to doubt your love for me? Are you sure? Because from the way you're looking at me, the tone of voice you're using to talk to me, it seems as if you're afraid that I'll snap at any moment. You know that I won't, right? You're safe here. You are secure here. Nothing bad will happen to you here. And you're not panicking like you were before. You're not risking damaging your heart or hurting yourself some other way, as you were before. That was the only reason why I snapped before. That, and you sort of rejected my love for you, which, given everything that was going on, was understandable. After all, it did sound quite peculiar at the time, didn't it? But that's beside the point. I won't snap. Unless, of course, you say that you don't love me. You do love me, don't you, sweetheart? Really? Say it. You heard me. Say it. Say that you love me. Louder. I'm sorry. I still can't hear you. Say it louder. You're still mumbling. Say it louder. You're doing this on purpose. Every time I tell you to say it louder, your voice gets quieter. Is there a reason for this? You don't want to say, or you won't say? I see. And you do realize that, though you are my fiancé, right now you're still just a commoner. Right now, I still hold more power over you than you do over me. I am your queen. I am the ruler of the walls. So unless you want to go against an order from the queen herself, you will do as I say. You will stop these games, and you will say it loud enough for me to hear you. Is that understood? Good, good. Now say it. Say it loudly enough that I can hear you. And maybe say my name when you say it. Say, I love you, Historia. So I know that you're not thinking about anyone else while you say it. Now see? That wasn't so difficult, was it? Oh, don't be ridiculous. It wasn't that difficult. After all, you do love me. Just like you said you did. You know, thinking about you and remembering how much I love you, how much you love me, it's been a true blessing these past few days. Oh, of course. You still don't know what's going on. Well, it's been difficult. Let's just leave it at that. Oh? So now you're willing to have a longer conversation with me. Where was all of that enthusiasm when I tried talking to you the other day? I see. You didn't care for the discussion topic? And you do now? How interesting. Well, what do you want to know? Why has it been difficult? Aaron. He made the brilliant decision to single-handedly declare war on our enemies, the ones across the sea. And in doing so, he botched our chances for peace, for a sort of compromise, like what you and I have. It was reckless, it was senseless, it was downright stupid. Yet he did it anyway. And after months of not talking to us, after months of not even visiting us or telling us where he was going, after he put us through all of that bullshit, this is what he does. And he says that he's doing it for true freedom. true freedom. Isn't that what you wanted so desperately? Freedom? You know, I'm starting to wonder if maybe that would be the best choice for you. Maybe you'd be happier then. Maybe you'd be safer. After all, with Aaron's recklessness, it reminds me so much of your own, you know? But with his recklessness and clear lack of consideration for those around him, I doubt this world will see peace for a long time. No, I'm not going to kill you. Why would you think that? Right, of course. No, you don't have to explain. I understand why you're suddenly growing a bit nervous about these things that I'm saying. I understand why you're connecting the dots and wondering if maybe I'm doing the same. Come to think of it, I am. I've thought about it, you know. These past few days, I've wondered, what if I just killed them? What if I slit their throat while they were asleep? What if I had them hanged? What if I ordered a soldier to kill them? What if... And the list goes on. Honestly, I could think, and I could come up with all sorts of different methods, but none of them would be good enough for you. What do I mean? All of them are painful. Most of them are quick, but so many of them aren't, and even the quick ones, there are risks that involve you dying a slow, painful death. Is that the only reason I haven't done it? Well, no. No, there are a few other factors. After all, if anything happened to you, even if I was the one to make it happen, I would have no reason to go on living. And if I were to leave this world and abandon my kingdom and the walls, and if I were to give all of that to someone else, there's no guarantee that they wouldn't make things worse. Why do I care? These are the people who are going to be carrying on your memory after you die. They'll be carrying on the memory of the love that we shared. So, if anything happens to them, we are affected. Our love is affected. The memory of what we shared is affected. So for now, unless something comes up and I find a suitable heir to the throne to take over, you don't have to worry about me snapping and giving you the true freedom that you were so desperate for, and then joining you shortly after. Now then, let's get back to our discussion, shall we?